Alrighty, last but not least, this will be the P1 perspective from Lifestealer. Oh, excuse me. Alright, starting items, Quelling Blade, Orb of Venom Tango. Not digging the Orb of Venom at all. First skill, Ghoul Frenzy. So, I actually looked this up afterwards because, oh, excuse me. I saw this on the P5 support replay. I saw that you picked this first, and I think that's a mistake. I looked it up, and it had like a 30-something% win rate. So the win rate for picking this skill first is 30-something%, so below 40. I think it was like 37. That's really bad. So I see what you're doing with the slow spell and the Orb of Venom, and I don't think it's going to work out well. You don't have a support in lane that combos with you, so Disruptor doesn't have a slow. He doesn't have a way. I mean, you can't really count Thunder Strikes as a slow, because it slows for 0.1 seconds. So you don't have a proper slow. It's not like you have a Venomancer or an Ogre in lane who can Fire Blast them or something like that. So this is a very big risk, and you're showing up with no salve, and you're not getting any stat items early. So your last hitting will be a tiny bit weaker. I don't think it'll be a big deal, but really the regen's a big issue. So okay. You missed that deny. That was a really easy one. Okay. Prep that. Good. Okay. There you go. Help the Disruptor a little bit. Okay, so you guys lost the range creep together, and then you didn't deny one. But that's okay. Missed deny there. And you guys abandoned that deny there. Okay. Big wave coming in. That's good stuff. Aggroing back. Don't mind that. I mean, you should be willing to right-click the Centaur, but oh well, you don't have life still. Never mind. Yeah. So if you had the skill that is normally picked up, and has the 10% higher win rate. Okay. That denies iffy. There are just a lot of creeps. Never if you tank that much damage. Okay. That was good deny there. That was a hard one. That was the one you should have gone for. Okay, that one not enough damage. You got to get that range creep. No, you missed it. So Rubik was about to deny it, but the tower ended up finishing it in time. That's good. Oh, you need to go back for that range creep. Nope, see, you missed it. You walked the wrong way, too far. You walked back like a really long way, and you missed the range creep for that. You're gonna need to prep that one time. Yeah. So again. Just like I said on the Mars replay video and last week, you need to find a chart. And the chart looks something like this. It's 0, 1, what the fuck is that? 0, 1, 1, and 2. And then the numbers are something like 70 plus, that says 20, but that should be a fucking 7. 70 plus, and then it's like 50 to 70, and then it's like 50 and below. Below 50. So basically what this means is if the tower is hitting these creeps and you are completely uncontested and the creeps aren't being hit by your own creeps, then if you have more than 70 damage, and it's not 70, I'm putting in these numbers, so ignore what these numbers actually are, but they're just some kind of numbers. If you're a carry, you need to know them. But if you have, theoretically, whatever this number is, you need to prep the hero or the creep 0 times. So basically, you can wait for the tower to hit. So it's tower hit, tower hit, tower hit, and then you just last hit it in between the towers, and you'll be able to get the CS. If your damage is less than that, it means you don't have quite enough damage to kill a creep off in between tower hits, and so you need to quote-unquote prep it one time, and so that means when the tower is hitting it, you need to hit it once early, and then by hitting it once early, you're then going to lower its health enough that the next time the tower hits it, you'll then be able to CS it. And then there are some heroes where their damage is so low that it's like 49 or something, and they're just terrible last hitters, I don't know, like a Techies or something. Then those heroes have to prep twice. And so you have to hit the creep 2 times while the tower is hitting it, and then on the 3rd hit in between tower hits, you can finally secure the CS. So I don't know what the actual numbers are. The numbers are completely unimportant, but you need to look at the chart and figure out what those numbers are so that you, as a carry player, know them. Because a lot of times you'll be lasting your entire. And to be fair, as a mid player, since I'm no longer playing support this season, I will also have to look into those numbers. But basically, that way, you look at your own damage and you see, okay, well, based on I do 52 plus Quelling Blade 12, 64 damage, I can prep 1 or 2 times, probably 1 time, in order to make sure you get those last hits. Because otherwise the tower is going to kill it off, and your last hit damage is so low, or your right click damage is so low, that you actually, it's impossible for you to CS it in between tower hits. Alright, enough of that. Okay, so this is a good play. You saw that they were pulling, and so you went up, aggroed the creep wave, and brought it back so it didn't pull in the camp. That's excellent. Excellent, excellent play there. So you're not actually right-clicking the Centaur enough to get any value of this Orb of Venom in the slow spell. So you walk past the wave a lot, and you have opportunities to right-click the Centaur when you don't. So the only time you don't have an opportunity is when you're running away because something's gone wrong, you're running out of the lane because something's gone wrong, or you're trying to like deny or CS a creep, and that's fine. But when you're not doing any of those things and you're just kind of hanging out in this area waiting for the creeps to wound each other a little bit, that's when you need to get aggressive. You need to go on the Centaur. So this lane is really good for you. The Lifestealer Centaur matchup is excellent, particularly in the laning phase, and so you should be very aggressive. So like I said on the Mars video, your advantage isn't as good as Mars versus PA, but it's still solid. So you're kind of playing here. This is the creep line, and then Centaur's kind of playing in this zone here. The more aggressive you are, or the stronger you are, the more aggressive you want to be, the more you want to move out of this box and into this box. You want to play on the Centaur side of the line so that you can smack him more easily in between turning around and hitting the creeps in wave. Whereas if you're way back here, you can't really reach the Centaur because you have to just hit your creep and then kind of dance around to the next one. And you basically have to like reach through the backs of your creeps to hit the enemy creeps. Whereas if you're on this side, you can smack that guy and then turn around, hit this creep when you need to, and then go back to smacking the Lifestealer. And you basically want to build up as many stacks on this guy as you can. Not stacks, but build up as many hits, because you're constantly going to be eating away so much health from him that it's going to take more than the Centaur Retaliate does back to you, and you're going to win those trades. You don't want to passively stand there and just get hit by the Centaur, but if you hit him back enough, then you're going to get the value of the Orb of Venom and your slow spell, which you're probably going to max, because I think the meta is you get at least 2 points in Feast, and sometimes you max this, but usually you just max the slow with a value point in Rage. And I hope that's what you're going to go for. So you keep aggroing the creeps back, and aggroing them back onto your range creep is good if you're the defensive person in the matchup. So like Centaur should be aggroing them back to himself because Centaur is weaker. He's making a mistake by not doing it. You're kind of also making a mistake by actually doing it, because you're making it less likely that you're going to trade with Centaur when you do this aggro thing. Maybe you think that the matchup with supports is bad, which may be valid. Boxes is probably beaten up on your Disruptor a lot, and so if the Rubik sort of out-trades the Disruptor, then maybe you need to play passive, because even though you one-on-one are better than Centaur, you're not better than both of them together, so that makes sense. But normally you don't want to aggro back if you're trying to trade with the Centaur and win these sort of slow battles where you kind of keep him in place and hit him a whole bunch. Okay, you let that one go too far. So that range creep, you probably could have hit 2 or 3 creep hits earlier. Okay, deny that, prep it. Good. And then easy deny. Okay, easy CS. Alrighty, so now they've stacked their camp. That's bad. Your Disruptor's not stacking. We talked about that on his video. Easy CS, good. You want to hit the Rubik there. Yeah, Rubik is out of position there. That's your chance to hit him. Now you're starting to get too late, but for a second there you let him walk away for free. Okay, that's your 4th tango. I guess you brought 6. Alright, yeah. Disruptor attacking, here's a mistake. Your aggro is going to get screwed up, but that's fine. You need to run in and start aggressing on the Rubik if the Centaur's gone though. So at this point I think Centaur is like way off. You could actually go for the Rubik a little bit. Alright, good secure there. Yeah, this is the right play. So, okay, dragging these out to the side, not letting them get in tower range is absolutely the right play. That's fantastic. Good, good, good. Yep, just drag him around until they get back to the creep wave. Okay, now you have too many. So by itself, that would be good. But now, just make sure you recognize that another wave came from over there where this other wave was. So even though you drag this around and you got this perfect equilibrium, these guys are like 3 creeps stronger now. So you do have to make up for that by either killing off 3 of these creeps faster or something. Usually it's just by killing these creeps off faster. Okay, aggroing could be one way to do it. That's very valid. Good. It's kind of hard to pay attention to all the hits, though, with the tower getting involved. Like, you're going to miss this deny here. Okay, that's a tough CS, but you did miss the deny because the tower's hitting it. Alright, deny there. That would have been an easy one. Okay, CS. Deny. Nope. Okay. Easy one there. Okay, you missed that one, you didn't prep it. So that one you should have prepped. Right. That was weird. Yeah, you kind of thought there was a kill attempt there, kill potential, and then went back, changed your mind. Okay, deny that creep. Yep, there you go. Just munch that guy down before he gets back to the wave. Ah, it sucks. Not quite enough damage. You could have denied that one. Okay, well at least you're right-clicking the centaur now. That's good. So yeah, when you're not doing something... Okay, so that was a mistake there. This was your chance to play on the other side of the wave. Disruptor's coming up. The Rubik used his spell a second ago, so he doesn't have it for right now. He's probably low on mana. And this is your chance to just trade with the centaur while you're at full health. So you're not a level behind or anything, and now you want to be trading, especially now that you got components of your boots. Centaur's got what? Health ring? Yes, you want to keep chunking away at that. 6.5, that's a lot. So he's going to be healing a lot. You probably have to hit him like twice a second to be able to really see any difference. Well, not twice a second, like once every other second to see any meaningful difference. Twice a second. But if you hit him like every other second like that, yeah, then you'll see a meaningful drop in his health. Yeah, it's a shame. Disruptor got the wrong target there. We talked about that. All right, pull these back. You remember to pull it. Okay, you missed that range creep because you guys went too far. And then you got 2 tower hits on that, which is bad. Okay. So you're going for the armlet here. We talked about that. You said you were going armlet Deso. I think Deso is a mistake. We'll talk about that on the mid game because I don't think you'll have that for lane. Prepping that's a little early. It's a little hasty. Yeah, okay, so right there, that's an interesting moment. So you prepped this creep several times, and then you went to hitting the centaur, and we'll talk about that. So right here, this range creep, valuable, it's a range creep. So you prep that a couple times, you see if there's a centaur instead, you run up to him so you can cancel his salve, that's good stuff. So smack the centaur, good. Smack him again, that's good. And now, what I don't understand is this decision right here. So now you've got a decision to make. Centaur's running away, he's got like 550 health, he's pretty close to his tower. Your disruptor's nowhere nearby. You have 2 creeps that you can CS. You can CS this melee creep. You can CS this range creep. If you go for the range creep first, you could probably actually get both of them. So you probably get this guy because no one's hitting him yet. So you actually turn to the right, hit this guy, turn down and hit this guy, and you get 2 CS. Instead, you continue to try and get a couple more hits on the centaur. I'm going to tell you that this is the time to not harass, and this is when you should be focusing on your last hits. So right here, you hit him, that should be a hit on this creep right here. So you've missed that range creep now. Now you're going to miss this melee creep, because this melee creep's going to start fighting. And basically all you managed to do is take Centaur down from his 550 to his 470, which is, considerable. But he's got his 2 tangos, he's got his ring of health, and he's within tower range. You're not going to kill him in the next, 2 inches it takes for him to get back to this tower. Disruptor's not going to bring him back. Disruptor's not going to nuke him. Disruptor's not even anywhere in the range. So these last hits, while good for your, hero, for your health balance between 2 heroes, are bad for your farm. So you should be turning around getting those extra 2. And this one's really starting to get silly. So now you're way out and missing out on some CS. Alright, you can get a deny here. That's not going to happen. See, now you're just nuking this range creep, though. See, I don't understand why, excuse me, why you'd want to nuke this creep. All this does is this, yeah, it gets you the CS, but that CS is going to stay. This CS is still going to be there 30 seconds later. You want this range creep to continue hitting these creeps here that are hitting the catapult, so that these 5 creeps kill off these 3 creeps, and then the whole line marches down and gets closer to your tower. By you killing this guy out here for no reason for free, this basically keeps the lane further towards Centaur's tower, because these creeps are going to take longer to die. These creeps may actually run away, because if you don't aggro these 3 to the left, they're not going to hit these 3 here, and the whole lane equilibrium is going to be pushed up. This creep is not in danger of being lost. If you leave this at full health, they can't deny it. They only, it's only deniable when it's below half. So there's no reason to nuke it early. You're not coming up on like a big item where you need the extra 20 gold to turn a fight in the next 5 seconds. So you should leave that creep at full health and then just go back to, sort of maintain the equilibrium in the best spot possible. Yeah, like you're not pushing the lane for some reason. So you hit that creep like 3 times, and that again continues to push the lane. There's absolutely no reason to ever hit that creep 3 times in a row for no reason unless you want the lane to push forward. If you don't want the lane to push forward, then you don't start nuking the creep down from 100% to 0. Centaur's still in the area. He's going to get experience from it. Your catapult is going to run into this catapult, so you don't have time to push in. You're not going to get a lot of damage on the tower here, so this isn't the time to try and shove into the wave. Alright, bad kill attempt. I told you Storm Spirit's coming. You're trying to get out. You don't have 6 yet, so you can't infest, and you're dead. Alright. So Storm Spirit didn't actually have to help with that. They killed you without... Let me make sure. Did Storm Spirit actually hit you once? No, so you actually died completely without the mid gank. And then the mid gank was just responsible for killing the disruptor. Oh, you lost your courier to him too. Okay, so that's bad. But the mid actually didn't hurt you at all. You were dead whether or not Storm Spirit came. That's interesting. Alright, exploring. You got no creeps. Your lane's in a terrible spot. Disruptor's out of lane, so yeah, this is pretty bad for you. Good hits on the Rubik. This is not CSable yet, so you know that, and so you start hitting the Rubik instead. Good stuff. Good deny there. Oh, you could have had that one, but okay. You are starting to lose a little bit of health to that Rubik. Alright, aggroing back just to be afraid of the Rubik. That's not great. Okay, this I want to see, because, yeah, I remember seeing the Disruptor salve you, and then I don't understand why you come back with no health. But it looks like maybe you're going to give up. Yep. Okay, so you lost a third of the salve, so about 130 health, because you ran back into the wave here. So you know Rubik's right here. You just saw him like 2 seconds beforehand. You know he sees you because these are his creeps, and he gets visions from the creeps because they have like some sort of ESPN, psycho, telekinetic fucking information sharing thing. So what his people see, he somehow also sees, and he knows that you're there. And he's a ranged hero, and he's still got his nuke. So you basically wasted a third of Disruptor's salve going back into these guys, which normally is okay, because if you're going back in, maybe you're trying to CS something, or you're trying to keep the catapult from hitting the tower. It's too late for that now. The catapult's hitting. None of these guys are low enough that you can actually last hit them yet, so you should have looped them around the bottom side and the safe side of this tower here. And you die here in the next couple seconds again because you stayed too long, or you stayed too close, you didn't use a sap. So you should have another 130 health and probably not taken so many right clicks from the Rubik. And this here is a mistake, so I don't know why you're not raging. So you had rage the entire time, and you actually had, is this a replay bug? You have rage and TP, so you could have raged and TP'd out at any time. They didn't have enough right-click damage to get you when you first dropped, and so it had to be a spell, either that Fade Bolt, which did kill you at the end, or something else. Even if for some reason you don't think you have enough time to TP out, you absolutely should have raged, though, because you knew Rubik was chasing you, and Centaur was right here in the trees, so Centaur was probably about to just drop his stun anyway, and so chances are you're going to get hit by one of 2 spells, and you absolutely should have raged there, and so now you're sitting here with 100% mana. I don't think you used rage defensively at all. I remember seeing you use it offensively twice, I think, to go in. But this would have been the absolutely most important time to rage. So that's it's a big mistake there for a Lifestealer carry. You got to be able to rage yourself out of a bad spot like that. Alright, so I think laning for you guys is done. Anything else going to happen here? Okay, you're off into the jungle. Okay, so laning is over.